now we're actually in the middle part of the museum. We actually have a barn here. Well, we got Roscoe
Behind the mule.
Roscoe the mule, I love him. He is my favorite thing. But this is actually a barn that was in Marion County, and it was being taken down. So they took it down, and the front and the side were put
Original?
back up. They are, yes, ma'am.
Very cool. It's funny, when we got here, Charles and I, we were like, okay, we have to use, your restroom. And she was like, go back behind the mule. There's the restroom.
Yes.
So that was too funny.
His name, Roscoe, was actually chosen by the children of the city of Mullins. They all got to submit a name, and the winner got a savings bond. So this is how Roscoe got named.
I like Roscoe.
Yes, Roscoe is very nice.
Cool.
Back here, we actually have our barn, and this is where you would string your tobacco.
Wow.
Now it's all kind of just done in bulk. But before, you would actually string your tobacco and hang it in the barn. And you can actually go in the barn if you would like to.
Okay, and you were saying that
all of
these wood and the roof is all original?
Yes.
That is pretty cool. And where was this before?
It was somewhere in Marion County. I'm not sure exactly where.
But it was a real
This was a real
barn.
Stick barn, yes. And you can see over here, this is where you would create your fire.
Okay. I think I'm going to go peek inside here.
Yeah.
Whoa, you can smell it.
I know.
Holy moly.
You better like the smell of tobacco when you go in here. But isn't it beautiful?
It is. Very cool.
Yes.
Charles, you smell that? Charles is hitting his head coming in here. I mean, the smell is serious. Some serious tobacco in here.
And these two sticks, actually, they are over 40 years old. So that is what...
So they kind of...
Yeah,
they hold their age.
Well,
but they hold their age too. I mean,
Yes,
40 years, gosh, that's a long time.
40 years old.
That is nuts. So this is more of a modern vibe back here.
Yes, this room was added after the museum. So this is still a fairly new room. Or new compared to
But it's still, we're still kind of on the train depot.
We are still in the train depot. Actually, there's more still back there. It's just not finished yet.
Wow.
And as you can look out here, you can see where the train goes.
And you were saying sometimes the train still goes by.
That is why all of our pictures are kind of a little bit like this. I walk through with a stick to do them because it will shake the entire building.
That's awesome.
And it's so loud. If you're on a phone call, you're like, hold on. This is actually an aerial view of the town pre-1940s.
Really?
So yes, you saw how big the town.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're right here. So there's our.
So was this kind of how Mullins made their money? Was tobacco?
Yes, absolutely. See, that's a warehouse right there.
Okay, and you said this is the depot right here?
This is where we are. Yes, that's where the train depot would come through. And this is actually Wine Street right here. It was named Wine Street. There was actually a vineyard out here at one time.
Really?
This is our very tiny farm life exhibit. It kind of shows what life was like on the farm.
I love it.
You finished your tobacco, you had your money, but you still had to get through the rest of the year. So we have stuff like our Hoosier cabinet. We have a floor model butter churn. We actually have a tabletop over there.
Like
yes,
and to squash your butter?
Yes, and we have a tabletop one over there. See, I would have wanted the tabletop because that seems slightly lazier.
Yes,
And we have, this is something I always like to show people because I was stunned when I found out this is a 1940s model stove. So it's old, but it's not old in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
But it is still half wood.
Pretty nifty.
But it's half electric stove.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And this is our ice box, which the first time I gave it to her, I said a refrigerator, and they said no, because it didn't plug in. You would put your ice up here, and it would keep everything down here.
Cool. Isn't it cool how they came up with ways to make things work like that?
Absolutely.
So we've kind of done, one big loop.
Yes.
And that is I just love the vibe in here. It's so cool. When we walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, this place is awesome.
Yes, it is.
It's so cool the way it's laid out. And you even have a gift shop that's in there. And how do people do tours? Can they just come in and walk through, or do they have to
They can. No, we were appointment for a while due to COVID. They can come in. I do try to limit it so that when you come in, you have the museum to yourself.
Oh, nice.
So, I have put a sign on the door that says, please come back in 30 minutes. There's someone enjoying the museum.
Oh, wow.
To kind of make it safe for everyone.
If you'd like any more information about the South Carolina Tobacco Museum, you can just visit the information on your screen. Thanks for watching Living Local. We'll see you next time.